Today we're talking about the arm wrestling start and how to develop arm wrestling speed. Hey guys, it's Cal from OmnipotentGrowth.com. I'm really excited to be here. It's another glorious Arm Wrestling Sunday, so I'll be even more excited if you share the content with your friends, with your arm wrestling communities, because you know, the idea behind our growing nation is to become a large tribe of people that are willing to grow and willing to become the best version of themselves and to continuously improve. So we have a great topic today for growing and for bettering ourselves. It's a very interesting topic, the topic of speed. I had plenty of questions about that, and a few of them were in our internet community. I also got some questions on physical events and by people that are trying to develop this skill, the speed. To be honest, first I thought that this is natural, either you have it or you don't, but I think this can be developed. And since I tried to develop it, it became clear that this skill can be improved. So basically there are two main ways in which you can train your speed, and those are training it potentially with maximum effort before the goal and then releasing it. So people like, let's say, Artem Tainov, Engin Terzi, those people, Pushkar, they are giving maximum potential before the goal and then releasing it with the start, and that way they're hitting with all that I've got in 1 second. And these types of hits are almost impossible to catch if you're not super strong and at least on the magic level. The other type of fast start, the other type of fast goal is the kinetic way, and this is very special way of going from point A, in which you are with apparently loose arm. It almost seems that you're not trying to put any effort or any tension before the goal, and then you go from point A, the loose one, to point B, which is 100% in some movement, in some direction. So that type of goal is like Arsène Liliev style, because it has movement from loose end to the tightest end possible with some kinetic movement. Other people that have the same style are super strong pullers like Stoyan Golemanov. This is the hardest of the two ways to become a good starter, a good speed puller, and it takes a lot more practice of your best movement, which should be on the expert level. So no loose ends, everything should be clear, and your brain should be able to do it automatically. The main point I want to pound on here today is how we can improve those. So I've heard of different tactics about catching a chronometer. There are plenty of apps that train speed, and you just try to catch the goal and stuff like that. Those are not so good for arm wrestling, because in arm wrestling, with every referee you have a different type of ready goal, and you should be able to train those even with few guys refereeing from your team. But before that, I just want to show you what to do to feel the movement and to feel the idea behind the two different types of exploding speed. So first of all, I want to show you the static way of training of your ultra fast start in arm wrestling. So basically I have my cable machine on the other side, and I have the judo belt. I'm fixating it in my arm as best as I can. For example, I'm deciding to train my start in the high top row movement. What I want to do is put some weight on the other side, like let's say 30-40% of my maximum, because here the idea is to train the speed and to train how to release your maximum force in the right moment. And when you're training your maximum force is another thing, and another principles apply. So we put, let's say, 35%, You can start with lower, like 25% while you're training the principle. So I'm making my starting position. Let's say this is my starting position. I'm statically holding while I'm starting to feel more and more tension, and I'm feeling the urge to start to go into the direction of the hit. So I'm basically trying to involve all the things that I need to involve. I try to involve my wrist, my fingers, my rotation, my pronation. Everything is really trying to aid me into the hit, and I'm just holding it back. I'm not releasing it. I'm starting to feel tension in my arm, in my shoulder, in my back, everywhere, and just before the time that I want to release, I drop it all with the full strength that I have. So this shouldn't take more than 4 or 5 seconds before the goal to be able to allocate everything in your arm to work for you and to release this really fast hit. The same principle applies when you're trying to make a hook movement or a side pressure movement. For example, you want to lower hook your opponent, you just pick the weight in this side with the wrist like it's perfectly flat, it's like ready to start on a competition mode. Then you feel your chest, then you feel your biceps, everything contracting, and when you're feeling like 100% contracted, then you go with your movement that is connected to all of your body. I don't know how fast it looks like, but I feel everything going in the same direction, with the same idea, releasing the potential, and this is how you train isometrically your potential start. So the other option that we got is the rubber bungee. This is perfect for kinetic trainings because you know the principle behind the rubber bungee is as much as you pull it, the tension and the force applying backwards is getting bigger. So this is best when you're trying to make your move and contract your maximum force. So the idea here is different with the other exercise. As I said, this is more kinetic type of exercise, and we try to train a perfect movement. For example, if you're pronating top row master that does it really fast, you want to make your initial position and just a little bit of tension on the rubber bungees, and then you are trying to train the movement from point A, no tension, to point B, maximum tension. So we do something like this: loose arm, you get the idea. The same goes for hooking. Let's say we have this type of hook and we are trying to go from loose arm to curled position with maximum biceps force. So when you do this enough, let's say 15 to 20 minutes per week, you can divide it through all your arm wrestling trainings alongside the week. You can feel the movement, and then you're ready to try it out with a partner and with someone pretending to be a referee and making these movements with a partner. So those are basically the two ways that you can enforce your speed. Of course, very important to listen for the ready go, but as I said, it's different with every referee. Basically the idea is to learn how to apply the best style that is for your type of pulling. It was a pleasure, guys. Cal from OG. Subscribe to the channel. See you again next time.